Encouraging words from the Word for today come from the book of John again. If you remember, the book of John is the fourth book in the New Testament. I'll be reading in the third chapter. I'll be reading 3 verses from that chapter. The first verse is possibly the very first verse I learned by heart when I was a child. I learned it in the King James Version, which is a wonderfully poetic language of King James's time. As lyrical as it is, though, it's sometimes not easy to understand. So today, I'll be reading it from the CEV, or Contemporary English Version, which is much easier for me to understand. I want to explain a little about the context of these verses. During the early stages of Jesus' ministry, a leader of the church at the time, a Pharisee named Nicodemus, wanted to know Jesus better. He even said to Jesus that he knew he was from God because of all the signs and wonders that Jesus was doing. One night, he came to Jesus and asked him to explain better what his ministry was all about. In chapter 3, verses 16 through 18, Jesus went into some detail about why he had come to earth. God loved the people of this world so much that he gave his only Son, so that everyone who has faith in him will have eternal life and never really die. God did not send his Son into the world to condemn its people. He sent him to save them. No one who has faith in God's Son will be condemned, but everyone who doesn't have faith in him has already been condemned for not having faith in God's only Son. So you see, Jesus was God's only begotten Son who came here to make sure that if we believe he's the Messiah, we will spend eternity with God in heaven. That last verse is not quite as encouraging as the first two, but just as important for us to understand. If we don't believe that Jesus is who he says he is, we will be condemned to spend eternity apart from God. Eternity with God means no more sadness, sickness, stress, or bad things happening to us as they do here in this fallen world. So remember, God wanted to spend eternity with us so very much that he sent his Son here to be ridiculed, tortured, and eventually die in our place. The rest of the story is that Jesus came back from death 3 days later to never die again. We can share in that life if we truly believe and show that belief. Until next time, goodbye.